Owls in red, Steelers in yellow. And we're about to get this game underway. The Premier Division National Championship game. And we are underway, and it is the Owls who will get the first possession of the ball game. And they go down low straight away. Shot fired up from Edwards is off the mark, and the rebound pulled in by Fox. Fox going all the way. Ball tipped loose. Good work at the defensive end from Edwards. Fast break opportunity. Good recovery on defense from Pratt to slow it down. Bridge gets the first points on the board.
Yeah, that'll fill him with confidence. Nice basket for Billy Bridge there.
Abdi Jama brings it forward for Sheffield. Pratt now under pressure along the baseline, feeds it inside, shot is short, ball loose. Fox manages to haul it in, and Pratt gets the Steelers on the ball.
Yeah, annoying there. Oldham gave up an offensive rebound. They're going to have to do a better job on that over the course of this game. They can't give Sheffield second chances.
Bit of full court pressure coming from Sheffield. Perry tosses it cross court. Warburton's going to let fly. Shot is short. It might come all the way back to him. It does. Looking to go baseline. Comes back the other way. Feeds it up top to Edwards. Shot clock being counted down. Shot goes up and in for Bridge.
Nice ball movement there. Oldham drew the defence to the top with Martin Edwards. They double teamed him. He dumps it off to Bridge. Another good basket.
Here's Pratt. Sorley with the shot. Doesn't go. Chased down by Warburton.
Maybe see Oldham quite happy to let McSorley take that shot. This is where the absence of Harry Brown might play a part in this game.
Bridge gets it back. Shot clock down to 3. Edwards has to fire up and is good. Warburton at the top of the key.
Yeah, classic Oldham there. Patient offense, good ball movement.
Jama straight away, can't give him that sort of room. Wide open, knocks it down.
Yeah, you can't give Abdi Jama any space at all. He really is one of the very best in the world.
Perry crosses half court, hands it back to Bridge. Bridge, bit of space for him. Jama trying to get there defensively. Good ball movement, finding the open Bridge in the corner. Doesn't knock down the shot.
Well, they're getting that shot regularly down at the baseline now. It's 2 from 3 so far as Bridge.
It's a good find from Pratt. And Bates fouled from behind. He will go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. But definitely the pass. I mean, he got down court, got himself into a good position first of all, but between two defenders, it had to be right on the money.
Yeah, that's a bread and butter play there for George Bates. That's what he's really known for. Gets down the floor really quickly, gets into those shooting positions early.
Misses the front end of 2 free throws. The second one is good. Decent start to the final here. 5 points to the Steelers, 6 to the Owls. Jama up court, putting the pressure on the ball. Bridge all the way to the basket. Oh, he looked trapped at half court for a moment, and in the blink of an eye, he's laying it in for 2.
Yeah, nice pick there, and a great bit of acceleration from Billy. Took it to the hole.
Here's Pratt. Over to Jama. Let's fly again. That one's a little bit short. Perry has the rebound. Here comes Edwards. Back to Perry. Bridge at the free throw line, moves it on to Edwards with the shot off the front of the ring. He gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, nice shooter's roll there for Martin, but that came from a pick back from Billy.
Well, Pratt got good position, can't defend him from there. He's missed both of them though.
Well, very unusual to see Phil Pratt
collector's
miss.
item there.
Yeah, very much so. He won't miss many of those, you would have thought.
A good start by the Owls. Just a little bit behind Williams there. Approach the midway point of the first quarter. 10-5. The Owls lead. Jammer in the corner. Drives in. Off the glass. Just too strong, that one.
Yeah, Oldham clearly happy to force the ball over to the side. While Jammer is a good shooter, may not be as good off the dribble.
Nice use of the chair there from Perry to get himself plenty of space inside, and almost halfway through this first quarter, an excellent start for the Owls, and the Steelers forced into a timeout trailing by 7.
Yeah, that's right. Nice little basket there, assisted by Laurie Williams. Nice little seal she made. She made her cut, made the room for Jack Perry to drive in there for an easy basket.
Well, it's a tremendous weekend of wheelchair basketball here at the EIS. They've been playing games all day long. This is our second final here on the show court. These two teams started out this morning in their semi-finals. Sheffield winning 76-41 over Tees Valley to book their place through, and the Owls had a 52-36 victory over the Titans, London Titans that is. And well, talking to Coach Dan Johnson, he wasn't too happy with the team's performance despite the fact they won that semi-final.
Yeah, I think looking at the stats, they won the game comfortably on paper, but they only shot 32%. So you win a game 32%, you're happy to win, but you can't be happy with 32% at this level, I think.
But clearly, the words he would have said to his team have inspired them for a great start here. They've jumped out shooting 67% from the floor. I know it's only 5 minutes in, 7-point lead. They'll be delighted with the position they hold right now. Here's Pratt, out to Jammer. Jammer under pressure from Williams, manages to get a little bit of space, but not enough on the shot. And that'll be out of bounds, and it will be an Owls ball.
Yeah, once again, Oldham asking the question of Abdi Jammer. We know you can shoot, but can you dribble round and make the shot that way? Abdi Jammer, Class 1 player. It's harder for him because of his sitting balance.
Foul called. That one's going to be on Pratt. First foul of the game on Phil Pratt. There's Bridge. Well, they almost baited him into taking that shot. He did, and it's short. Jammer looking to push the ball down court. Pratt says, let's get into a set offense first of all. Pratt in the corner. Around the screen. Moves it on to Jammer. Jammer, good pass, but the shot is off the mark.
Yeah, a little bit of panic set in there for Ben Fox. I think he had more time than he thought he did. He was afraid of getting caught for 3 seconds there.
Flying through the air on the collision.
Are you calling Flying Fox on there?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, just to be sure.
Inadvertently calling it, but yes. Here's Walton. Fouled by Jammer. There's a quick check with the official, but they don't often change their mind, if ever.
I've not known it to happen.
No, I've not either.
Years
Really.
of the game. God knows we've tried. Nice pick set there before that from Martin Edmonds for Greg Warburton, which led to that foul.
Walton throws it away. Fox back out to Jammer. Round the screen from Pratt. Jammer at the elbow. All string on that one. They needed some points, Sheffield.
Yeah, there we see the difference there. The last 2 shots that Abdi Jammer took, he had to take it off the dribble. But that time, they gave him space, knocks it down.
Bridge. Warburton, short corner, knocks it down as well. 14-7, the early lead here. Pratt back to Jammer. Bates, his shot is off the mark, but the rebound just a little bit out of reach for Bridge. Comes off his hands, and it'll be a Steelers ball with a new 14.
They're just struggling to get some good looks at the basket here, Sheffield, and the looks they are getting, they're missing at the moment.
Pratt, good pass inside, and the reverse layup is finished off by McSorley.
Yeah, nice little pick and roll there, two-man game. Good finish by McSorley there.
Bridge gets it cross court to Perry, who uses the window nicely.
Yeah, nice shot from Jack Perry there. Give him a lot of confidence.
Lobbed inside, and it had to be perfectly. Oh, a second chance opportunity for Bates, and he takes it.
Yeah, another offensive rebound there. Got to be a little bit careful, Oldham here.
Well, that's their third offensive board of the game. They've already turned that into 4 second chance points. Offensive foul is the call.
Well, referee, Judge Greg Warburton driving into an ever-closing space there.
The Steelers, who trail by 5, with a chance to eat into that. With just over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Another offensive rebound, this time from Fox. Cross court to Jammer. Jammer forced backwards. Shot clock at 4. And the referee just going to halt the play.
Stops there because the player was in danger of injury. Shot clock is reset to 14 from that point.
Well, that's a bit of a misfortune there, because they had got them late in the shot clock. And Bates inside. And that's to finish slightly off balance, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, nice two-man game there, and a great finish from George Bates. Off balance, but just got enough spin on it to get it in.
Bridge thought about the 3. Keeps going into the free throw line. Out to Perry now. Perry back to Bridge. Warburton. Round to Perry. Just enough room for the shot, and that's all he needs.
Yeah, really nice ball movement. Oldham are so good at that. The work they do off the ball, they pass it, they move into spaces, they get the ball back. They're really well disciplined and well drilled at executing those sort of plays.
Jack Perry not quite there in time. He had a quick look at the official to see if he might be getting an offensive foul coming his way, but it was his number that the referee signaled to the table.
Yeah, wishful thinking on his part, I think.
Yeah. Pratt's going to let fly the 3 off the front of the rim.
Sheffield look a little bit off the ball in offense to me at the moment. They're going to have to pick it up, I think, in the next quarter.
Bridge, this time he does take the 3, and a good long look at it. Fox with the defensive rebound. Here's Pratt. One way, then the other. 360 on the spin. Loses his defender. Good pass inside. Oh, McSorley with the reverse lane. Didn't quite have enough room for the first shot, so wisely went under the basket and laid it in.
Yeah, wonderful skill there from Philip Pratt, but what a finish there by McSorley. Really did a good job there. Good decision making and a great execution.
There's Bridge. Williams driving through the lane, has it knocked loose. And the referee's going to stop it with Perry on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know that Laurie Williams really wanted that ball in there. The darkness was coming.
Yeah. Somebody turned the lights out, but they do keep possession of the ball. And with 22.7 left in this first quarter, a chance to build on their 3-point lead. Edwards has to try and get a shot off. Oh, it's behind Williams. Did that go up in time? Yes, says the referee. Shot doesn't go, though. Shot clock switched off.
Not sure they were too aware of the shot clock there, Oldham.
Nice pass again. Oh, McSorley with the finger roll, can't get it. And that will do it. Great start to the first quarter by the Owls. They led by as many as 7, but Sheffield starting to come back in this a little bit, and at the end of 1, it's a 3-point game in favour of Oldham. Yeah,
I think Oldham will be happy with that start. They're allowed to play their half-court game. They're very effective in the half-court game. It's now a question of whether Steelers can really inject some momentum into this game. What can they do to change the momentum? If they go into a press, it's a question of whether Oldham can get out of that. We'll see what they come up with, but Sheffield look a little bit off the boil offensively, clearly missing Harry Brown. However, it has to be said, McSorley has had a good quarter.
Well, you talked at the top of the show about the 47-46 that the Owls have scored in the 2 games against the Steelers in league play this season. 18 points in the first quarter. You said they needed to get above 50. They're on pace for into the 70s right now.
Yeah, long way to go, obviously, and I think Sheffield probably have more in the tank, and maybe they can do more to affect the outcome of this game than Oldham can right now.
But if you can string a couple of good quarters together to start the game, get you off to a nice position. And again, there will be that sort of psychology that Sheffield, having won both league meetings, will come in here, I'm sure, very confident. So the longer you can keep them behind you, the better.
Yeah, definitely. But they definitely need to get the likes of Pratt and Fox involved in the offensive end a little bit more.
Just 2 points between the 2 of them. Combined for 1 of 6 shooting. Here is Pratt. Cross court to Jammer. Jammer, nice pass inside to Fox, and he lays it home.
Nice 2-man game there between Jammer and Fox.
And here is a bit of full court pressure. Well, that's one way to beat it. 2 quick passes, and suddenly it's 1-on-1 at the other end.
Yeah, not easy to get past that. Jammer.
No, it isn't.
He's a wily old campaigner, isn't he?
He certainly is. There's Edwards. Nice pass to the top of the key, and beautiful shot knocked down by Love.
Yeah, we see Robin Love come in, very steady player, one of the most talented women around at the moment. I predict that in years to come the GB women's team will be built around her as Phil Pratt knocks down a nice mismatch shot from the elbow there.
Only his 2nd basket of the game. It's a 1-point contest. A little space there down the lane. Eventually closed out for Edwards. Warburton. Off the glass, good finish. And it's back to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, bread and butter shot there for Greg. Expect him with the time and space to knock those down all day, really.
Here's Pratt. Knocked loose, and it will stay a Sheffield ball. 10 on the shot clock. Pratt. Again, they work that play very well between the 2 of them, and McSorley is there to finish it off.
Yeah, really nice play there. The problem for Oldham when they run that play is that George Bates in the middle, a big guy like him, it's difficult for the middle man to triple switch from there. So Oldham are going to have to solve that problem further down the line, I suspect.
Well, a lot of time and space there for Jack Perry. He's a bit disappointed with himself. He's not knocked that one down. Sheffield with a chance to take their first lead of the contest. Pratt rolling backwards, can't knock it down, but another offensive rebound. Pratt with a bit of a size mismatch, gets it cross court to Jammer, and Jammer for the first time in the game puts the Steelers ahead. And Coach Johnson's seen enough of that. He calls a timeout with his team behind for the first time 2.5 minutes into this second quarter.
Yeah, there we saw Steelers. They came out in the second quarter, clearly to apply a bit more forecourt pressure. And it's worked for them, hasn't it? They've really come back into the game.
Well, first little bit of adversity for the Owls being behind, but how they've played so far, they'll be pretty pleased with the situation that they find themselves in. As you say, Sheffield probably slight favourites coming in, so in that situation as the underdog, just keep yourself in the game, give yourself a place to be in a position down the stretch to win it.
Yeah, I think so, but I think the problem that Oldham face here is that I think over the course of the rest of the game, Sheffield are able to exert more pressure higher up the court, and it's really how they deal with that that's going to dictate the outcome of the game for them. If you let Oldham get into just a half-court battle for 40 minutes, there's a good chance they're going to win the game as a team stand at the moment. But I don't think Sheffield are going to let them do that.
No. Steelers first to break from that timeout here at the EIS in Sheffield, home of British wheelchair basketball. And this lovely court. And we've been treated to a fantastic opening quarter and a bit. Just 1 point between the two top teams in the Premier Division. Shot doesn't go. Bates off and pushing. Batted up in the air by Edwards.
Yeah, careless play there. No way should that have been a turnover. Not at this level.
Perry. Edwards, all the space he could want from the free throw line, gets his own rebound, kicks it back out to Perry. On the spin. 3-second violation is called against Fraser inside.
Yeah, I think he just had a little bit of rubber from his tyre in there. Referee eagle eye there.
Right on the edge of the low block. Jammer rolls it in, and Pratt in no rush to pick the ball up.
Yeah, it's a tactic you often see in the wheelchair game. Obviously the clock doesn't start until they touch the ball, and again that two-man game between Pratt and McSorley paying off. He's having a good game, is McSorley.
He's up to 8. He's the leading scorer on either side. Edwards tosses it inside to Perry. His shot over the rim and in. They kind of needed that. They'd gone a bit cold for a few minutes, but the scoreboard ticking again.
Yeah, he's really going to have to pick up his scoring in these sort of situations, is Jack Perry.
Jammer fires up, tough shot, hand in his face.
Such a class act, so cool under pressure. He's just seen it all, has Abdi Jammer. Doesn't panic.
Perry driving in, has it batted away. Pratt finds Bates off the front of the ring, and there's a foul on the arm there on the rebound. I think it's on Fox. It is the number 11 that the referee signals to the table.
Yeah, nice transition there from Steelers, from a steal, but George Bates will be unhappy. You've got to hit those, I feel. Let's not forget, a lot of these players, Dan, are on show. It's coming up to the World Championships this year in the summer, and all the internationals, both for men and women, I think they're getting up to the selection, the business end of the selection process, so they're all going to want to play well. Coaches watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, if you can get it done in the final, that certainly will do your chances no harm, I should imagine.
Quite so.
Shot clock getting low here. Batted away, 1.1 on the shot clock. It's going to have to be a quick catch and shoot here, really. Warburton will inbound. Perry fires it up. It does hit the ring, but it doesn't drop. Chance for the Steelers to get out on the break. Nice work from Bates. All the way off. Beautiful finish.
Yeah, nice finish there. Phil Pratt took the defence away, made that space. Great drive by George Bates there. And Steelers, little by little, are edging ahead here because they're just able to exert that little bit more defensive pressure.
Well, having scored only 15 in the first quarter, they've got 14 in the first half of this second quarter, and they've kept the Owls to only 6. And a foul called, technical foul, is it?
Technical foul called by the referee there, adjudged that the player lifted his body where both wheels come off the floor in order to gain an advantage, and that's classed as a technical foul.
I must confess, I glanced away at the stats, so I didn't see it at the time, but that's what the referee has called. And it will be one free throw and possession of the ball, and the Owls players all coming over to have a clarification, I think is the
it's a rarity these days because all the players are strapped to their chairs. It doesn't really happen that often. But there you go.
Jammer getting a nice roll on that one. And Sheffield have their biggest lead of the game at 6. The biggest lead for either team was the 7-point advantage that the Owls had early on. Seems a long way away then. Here's Pratt. Gets himself a little bit of space. Off the glass it doesn't go. Fox though with the offensive rebound, their 6th of the game.
Oldham coaching staff won't be happy with the number of offensive rebounds they've picked up. Great little drive and shot there from Abdi Jammer. He's really come to the party today.
Well, 10 second chance points now, and they trail by 8. It's just out in front of Bridge. He was able to just reach that. Oldham fans counting down the shot clock. Bridges 3 doesn't drop, and they're rocking a little bit here, Oldham.
Yeah, Steelers are really starting to key in on their key players.
Bates back to Pratt. Off the back of the ring. They've got to find some way of getting some cheap points here, Oldham. Can't allow the Steelers to get too far ahead.
Quite so.
Perry gets an open look at the free throw line. His team needed that.
Yeah, that was pretty cheap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Referee's just stopped the clock there while Jammer ties up his shoelaces. Or something to that effect.
Well, he's sorted it out. We're able to get back underway. 3 minutes from half time. Steelers lead the Owls by 6 here in the championship game. Here's Pratt. That one just had enough over the front of the ring from Bates. And Coach Johnson going to call another timeout. Big 2:45 for his team here, trailing as they do by 8. They've got to hang on here. They can't let this get out into double figures at halftime.
No, that'll be hard to come back from, I feel. Steelers have really got into their offensive groove at last, and what they're doing is they're splitting up their 3 big men with Bates, Pratt and Fox splitting away from each other, and then that makes them, they're always going to have a mismatch when the ball's reversed that way, whichever way Oldham decide to cover across, and that's starting to pay dividends now.
And if you're Dan Johnson, Gary Peel, the coaching staff of Oldham, what concerns you more here in this second quarter? The fact that you've given up 20 points, or the fact that you've only scored 8?
Yeah, I think the scoring really, you always expect Steelers to go on a scoring run. I don't think it was unlikely that they were going to carry on the offense as they were before. But I think the coach for Oldham will be concerned about that they're not able to get good shots like they were in the first quarter.
Well, we were saying end of the quarter on pace for 70s, only 8 points in this quarter, and suddenly, you know, that 50-60 that we were saying they need to get to looks quite a distance away at the minute. They need to find some consistency at the offensive end. Warburton back to Bridge at the free throw line. Inside, Edwards. Oh, can't convert. Perry with the rebound. 2 chances from close range. Still they can't get it to go. Finally, Edwards lays it in.
Nice work there from Martin and Jack in the end.
Here's Pratt. Bates with the shot off the back of the ring. Long rebound is chased down by Perry. Trying to get away along the sideline, and eventually the foul was called against George Bates.
Yeah, good work there from Jack Perry.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Basket here, and it's suddenly back down to 4. The Owls would be feeling good about themselves if they could do that. Here's Bridge. Warburton. Nice execution, gets it into Perry, and he does make it a 4-point game. And suddenly Kev Hayes has to call a timeout. Great response by Oldham out of that Dan Johnson timeout.
Yeah, that's right. They were able to get into their favourite half-court offense. Nice work inside by Jack there. I like the way he leaned his chair on 2 wheels just to make that extra bit of space for himself to make the shot a bit easier.
And now the question's being asked in the Steelers timeout, and you just get a sense 102 seconds to go in this first half. This could be a pivotal spell if the Owls can hang on in here and go in, if not level, but close to it. They'll feel great about themselves. If Sheffield can string a few scores together and it be closer to double figures, it'll look like a huge margin. Yeah,
quite right there. I think Sheffield, their extra pressure has paid off. They've really come back into the game. But as you quite rightly pointed out, Oldham will not want to go in with a double-point deficit at the end of the half.
Well, once again, it's the Steelers who break from the huddle quickest. The referee just hurrying the Owls out. Not like Dan Johnson to have plenty to say.
Half the time he's trying to stop him.
And I think there's just a bit of a wet patch on the floor, which the referee's going to sort out. And we can get things back underway. Mike Sorley, who's starting the game out really well for his team. When they were struggling a bit offensively, he kept the scoreboard ticking. Here's Bates, nice pick and roll, and Fox is there to stretch it to 6.
Yeah, really nice execution there for the set play. Again, we saw the 3 big men for Sheffield separating and then going into a set play, paying dividends for them.
Bridge. Perry trying to get an inch of space. It's not easy. Good defense there from Bates.
It's a tough shot to try and make there. A little bit concerned for Oldham that Greg Warburton so far has not really made his presence felt at the offensive end.
Here's Prada along the baseline. Jammer's shot doesn't go. Bridge has it ripped away by Fox. And they get a new 24 because he had the ball stolen. Good pass, Fox cutting to the basket for 2, and the lead's back out to 8.
Yeah, really nice work there from Ben. Good patient offense from Steelers. A good assist there from Philip Pratt.
Well, both coaches making an impact out of their timeouts to get their team a bit of momentum. There's just over an offense left here. The shot clock will force Oldham to shoot before the end, and there it is, but it doesn't drop. Might be just enough time for Sheffield to get down court, get one last shot off. Good pass to Jammer, and he lays it in on the buzzer. Wow, what a finish to the first half by the Sheffield Steelers. Their lead was down to only 4 just 100 seconds ago, but with the last 6 points, they have a double-figure lead at half-time.
Yeah, just what we were talking about a minute ago. The last thing Oldham would have wanted was a lead of this size, but what a finish that was from Abdi Jammer. Really good control of his body to finish. Really difficult skill to execute for a Class 1 player especially.
Well, a game of ebb and flow. Oldham came out on fire. Sheffield then got control of the game, got in front. Good response from Oldham, but at the half, it is the Sheffield Steelers who take the lead. It's 40-30 here in the final. JJ and I are just going to take a little pause for a few minutes, but a fantastic first half. We'll have more of the same of that in the second half, won't we?
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Well, it promises to be an excellent second half. Can the Owls fight back? We'll find out in about 11 minutes' time.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Stepping Out Dance Academy.
What I wanted, you got what I like. I can't things where the time is back. Oh, I thought you said that. 3 from the street and stop it off. It was weird, but that was a good big part.
Welcome back to the EIS in Sheffield. It's the championship game in the Premier Division of the British Wheelchair Basketball League, and it is the Steelers who went through the campaign undefeated, who lead the Owls, who were second in the table with just 2 losses to Sheffield during the campaign, trailing by 10. And well, we said about 1:40 to go in the second quarter is going to be a big last minute or two, and Sheffield grabbed that momentum. You feel like Oldham need to come out, reassert themselves at the start of this third quarter.
Yeah, that's right. I was just watching the 3 wise men there for Oldham, and Peel, Johnson and Stainton coming up with a cunning plan. We'll see what they can really do to shift the momentum in this game, but you've got to hand it to Steelers. They didn't have a great first quarter, but they put that right. They came out. I've been impressed with Ben Fox, particularly for Steelers. He started making those little picks and those little cuts through the key. He's 3 from 5. Contrast that with the Owls. Martin Edwards, who normally will be one of their leading scorers, he's 2 from 7. So I think part of the problem is to get him better shots. But Sheffield are really, they've upped their defensive game, and that's making it harder for the Owls.
Well, that certainly was the difference. They doubled them up in that second quarter, 25 points to 12. So they upped their offense and their defense, and that is why they went from 3 points down to 10 points up. But remember, the Owls did come out of that timeout with about 4 minutes to go, cut it back to 4. They'd love to do that again here at the start of the third quarter, and it's their possession. And there's a loose strap, I think, over there. So the referee's just going to let that be sorted out by Perry before we get the second half underway.
He's having a bit of problems with his seat belt. Now, at some point, one of the referees here might insist that he's subbed off in order to rectify that equipment failure. But as it's the start of the quarter...
There you go. As soon as the referee walked over, he's like, I've sorted it now, it's all right. And the ball goes straight to him. Here's Bridge. Takes the shot, a little bit short. Oh, both of them left it there. But Sheffield do come down with it.
Yeah, Bridge looked a bit indecisive on that shot. He had a good start to the first quarter, but it's been relatively quiet since then.
Pratt round to Jammer. Laurie Williams trying to make it difficult for him.
Great job there by Laurie Williams, not giving Abdi Jammer the space.
Pratt, though, steals the ball back, and Bridge with the foul. Pratt gets it back from Bates. Well, I'm not sure if it was aimed for Bates or Jammer, but it reaches Jammer.
Yeah, intended for Bates, but Jammer did a little bit of goalkeeping there.
Shot doesn't go. Neither team scoring here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Here's Bridge. Warburton. Williams cutting to the basket. Oh, just can't finish it off though.
Lucky there for Laurie. Normally put money on her to finish those.
Pratt, nice pass to Fox. And they just never quite recovered defensively there, Oldham.
Yeah, that's right. Trademark Sheffield Steelers there. They've always been a good transition team. And again, Ben Fox making that cut.
Warburton to Bridge at the foul line. Gets it back again. And once more, this time he takes the shot. You can hear him shout off as soon as it left his hand. He knew it wasn't going to drop, but Williams is in there to recycle. New 14. Edwards. Bridge is going to fire from behind the arc and knocks down the three. Well, he said he'd been a bit quiet, but there he is, knocking down the triple.
Good job there by Billy Bridges, back in the game. Let's hope that buoys his confidence a bit more.
Nice pass. He drew all the defense and waited for the right moment to find McSorley. He was very active on that play in the first half.
Yeah, he's having a great game, is McSorley. I think he's up to 10 points.
Warburton inside. He is indeed the second player on his team to get there. Williams. Ooh. Edwards wasn't looking. Bridge tries another triple. Slightly under pressure from shot clock that time.
Nice little tip there from Jammer to Pratt to secure the defensive rebound.
Jammer gets it back to Bates, and on good ball movement it finds its way to Fox. Excellent passing from the Steelers. Just kept looking for the next one of those good, better, best. And they've opened up a 13-point lead. And Dan Johnson has to call a timeout.
Yeah, real problems here for Oldham now, I feel. I think that Steelers appear to be getting it all their own way now. The problem for Oldham here is that the two-man game between McSorley and Pratt occupies that defence, and it makes it hard for them to cover. But not only that, it creates space for the likes of Fox, who's making those cuts into the key and getting easy baskets.
Well, and the other problem they've got is sort of twofold at the minute, is offensively, other than that three-pointer, they've not managed to get anything on the board, and that is kind of a continuation from the second quarter, where but for a 2-minute spell after a timeout, they struggled to keep the scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, that was a nice three-pointer by Billy Bridge, but let's face it, it wasn't a designed play.
No.
They weren't actually setting up for that. It was a reversal, and they were running down the shot clock there, so he had to take that shot, but good shot nonetheless.
Well, as has been the case whole game, Sheffield first out of the timeout. Here now come the Owls.
Do you think that means their coach has got less to say?
Well, it's just more concise, probably, is the judgment.
Yeah, well put, Dan.
Here's Perry. Bridge drives the lane, saw the gap and was quick to fill it for two.
Yeah, nice decision, execution there from Billy Bridge. Didn't hesitate.
Here's Pratt. Takes the shot himself off the back of the ring. Just within the reach of Perry. Here come Oldham. And again, open shot. Edwards knocks it down, and out of the timeout, 4 quick points.
Yeah, they're going to need more of that from Martin Edwards, Oldham, if they're to claw their way back into this game.
Pratt just reaching for it is McSorley. Jammer at the elbow, and he's money from there.
Yeah, fantastic bit of their play from McSorley there. He controlled that ball, didn't have the shot, but did the right thing and got it to Mr. Reliable.
The pass just deflected out of bounds, and a sideline ball with 9 on the shot clock. Warburton gets it back to Bridge. Thought he was going to take the three, turned it down. He might have to shoot now. They haven't quite. Oh, they did just have enough time, and with 0.6 on the shot clock, Laurie Williams lays it in.
Yeah, great patience for offense there from Oldham. And Laurie Williams doing what she does best.
Bates all the way to the hole, lays it in, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for a bonus. What a super move.
Yeah, fantastic play there from George Bates. This is what he's become known for. He gets down the floor either with or without the ball, but so strong, really difficult to stop. Great execution. Goes to the line.
Great chair control as well. Weaving one way and the other, and able to lay that one home through the contact. Just look when it looked like Oldham might be getting a little bit of momentum. 3-point play re-establishes a double-figure lead. And again, full court pressure. Oh, just got that to Warburton. Perry now. Perry under pressure, just couldn't get it over the ring. Lobbed out in front. McSorley's able to haul that one in, just within his reach, and it's back out to 14.
Classic rebound, outlet, fast break play there from Steffield. Great finish by McSorley once again. He really is having a great game.
Warburton, nice move to create some space, but he can't convert. And Sheffield have reasserted their control over this game. Here's Pratt. He's going to take the shot himself off the front of the ring, but Oldham can't come down with it. Jammer at the free throw line. That one bobbles out. Warburton with the board.
Disappointed in that miss was Abdi, but can't get them all in.
Perry spinning, chased hard by Jammer. Got a little bit of room in the end, but his shot rims out. Bates with the rebound.
Yeah, Oldham now taking long-range shots. All the rebounds are going Sheffield's way.
Jammer. Nice move. McSorley can't finish it off. And referee just going to stop the game because Perry was on the floor. Righted himself now. The Owls are going to make a couple of substitutions with Fraser and Love checking into the game.
Yeah, Daniel Fraser gives them that little bit more height, but they are giving up mobility in the forms of Williams and Bridge. We'll see what effect that has on the game.
Bump foul there on Jammer.
He lives on the edge, Abdi. He lives on the edge of fouling and really tough play. Gets the benefit of that most times. Tenacious defender, one of those rare players that plays above his points.
And it's only his second, and there is you talked about the size of Fraser. He used it to good effect there.
Yep. He lives off those little two-man plays. Dan Fraser.
And Fox replies with two of his own.
Yeah, more and more now. Ben Fox is really dominating the offensive end for Sheffield.
Warburton, nice move. Gets it to Perry. Rims out. Those shots were going in early doors for the Owls.
Yeah, I think Greg was hoping that Robin Love was making a cut to the basket there, but wasn't to be.
Foul on the floor, that basket won't count.
Good transition from Sheffield. Got Pratt in the paint early and drew the foul. Poignant moment here, Dan. On comes Richard Pullin for Oldham. This is to be his last game for Oldham Owls. He's been a one-club man. He's been a great servant to Oldham Owls. And so it's sort of a bittersweet moment for him.
Well, can he make some impact here? His team trailing by 14. They need something.
He's played a great role for them over the years. We'll see what he can do today.
Fox, bodies all round him. Look at that. The whole team collapsed on him.
Good job by Fox there. Got the rebound, but he stayed strong. Good core strength. Didn't collapse the body and drew the foul. Nice play.
Chance to stretch this lead with two more free throws to its biggest margin so far. And he makes them both, and it is a 16-point Steelers advantage.
Yeah, he really is showing his class, is Ben Fox today. Great play from him.
14 points, 6 rebounds so far. Warburton. Shot clock down to 5. Goes, oh, great block. And a chance on the break for Bates. Bates draws the contact. And he'll go to the line for 2, but super defensive effort from Fox in the first place.
Yeah, really good work there, and from Robin Love. She got that foul in just enough time to put him off that shot.
Sheffield making substitution with Williams coming into the game for the first time.
Yeah, they're giving Ben Fox a bit of a rest here, deservedly so, but they're maintaining those 3 big players as most modern teams do these days. Very few of the top 9 teams play without at least three tall players on court.
Subs at the other end as well. Now with Williams and Bridge returning to the fray.
Yeah, I think the Oldham coaching staff thinking that this lineup for them really gives them at least a bit more mobility and speed. But they're sticking with Richard Pullen nonetheless, keeping Jack Perry on the bench for the moment.
Here is Pullen to Warburton. Warburton, 16-foot shot doesn't go. Great work from Pullen to pull in the rebound. It's knocked away from him, but it will remain an Owls possession.
Yeah, I think he was hoping for a foul there from the referee, but it all looked reasonably clean. 11 seconds left on the shot clock here.
Nice from Edwards.
Really nice post-up shot there from Martin. He's been doing that for a number of years now. Sheffield, we see now, extending their defense a little bit, trying to change the game.
Well, they have to do something. Oh, what a pass that is. It'll end up in 2 free throws, but a super quick pass from Phil Pratt to move that ball on to the open George Bates underneath.
Yeah, great play there by Sheffield, and particularly from Pratt, whose on-board computer is clearly functioning really well there.
First free throw is short. They have shot very well from the line here today, Sheffield, but both of those are missed, but an offensive rebound and a chance to get it going again. And
well, it's been a feature of this game,
yeah,
hasn't it? The offensive rebounds that Oldham have given up. Phil Pratt has played a great part in this game. You may not think he's scored that many. I think he's only scored 4 points, but he's on 14 assists, I believe. So
yeah, 14.
He really is making things happen for Steelers out there. Everything goes through him. There's little two-man games that he gets into.
Well, the other thing we talked about, the offensive rebounds. They've done that so many times. That's 14 second chance points that they've got in the game from those offensive rebounds. More often than not, when they've got their hands on that ball, they put it back in.
Yeah, they're really being punished, aren't they, for giving up the offensive rebounds.
Here's Jammer. Jammer drives in hard. Shot comes out. Edwards with the rebound.
Well, he looks at the referee there at the Jammer. I'm not sure what he was expecting, other than just to hit that shot, perhaps.
Not sure there's much the ref could have done about that, though.
Really? It's not within his remit.
Bridge running out of bounds. There's a rueful look at the official.
Yeah, he's running out of patience as well, isn't he, Billy?
Yeah, sort of threw that ball away. He always got to be careful in that situation. Unsportsmanlike foul is going to be the call on Richard Pullen. So it'll be 2 and possession with just under 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Oldham are trying to change the course of this game by putting a bit of backcourt pressure on Sheffield, but I just don't know if they've got the physicality and speed to really maintain that.
First point of the game for Joe Williams. And those Steelers fans in the house certainly enjoyed seeing him get his name on the score sheet.
Yeah.
And it's a 19-point advantage. They came in with a 10-point lead. You think just a minute and a half from halftime, it was down to only 4. Sawley's going to have to shoot up on the buzzer. Not quite, but another very dominant period by the Steelers. They've won that quarter by 22 points to 13, and they are 10 minutes away now with a 19-point lead.
Yeah, I can't see what Oldham can do with the personnel they have to really change this game in their favour. The Steelers, they've just got all the cards, I fear. They've got the height, they've got the speed, they've got the shooting. they've just got a little bit too much for them, I think, at the end of the day. But never say never.
Well, they need to certainly have a good start to this fourth quarter, as you say. Winning this last quarter by 19 is probably unlikely, but if they get themselves the first 5 or 6 points of this fourth quarter, you know, they might get a little bit of belief out of it. The Steelers might start to go, what's going on here? You've got to live in hope if you're an Owls fan right now.
No, quite so, indeed so. That they, but they are chasing the game. If they're going to get into a pressing game with Steelers, I fear for their chastity at the end of the day, to be honest with you.
Well, that is the problem. We've already seen how well they can break away, and I'm sure they'll be licking their lips at the opportunity to do that. But Sheffield, such an experienced team, and a team so used to winning this season. Every time they take to the court, they expect to win, and we've seen exactly why here today.
Yeah, that's quite right. They've got a good core, haven't they, in Pratt, in Bates, and in Fox, and with the experience of Jammer, and let's face it, McSorley has really stepped his game up today. I mean, he's really come to play. A good player, probably doesn't get this number of minutes normally, but he's taken to it like the fish to water, hasn't he? He
has. Well, 4 of the starting 5 have scored 14 points, and Jammer has 15. Fox, McSorley and Bates have 14 and Jammer has 15. That's been the bulk of their output. Pratt's going to fire up for 3 and knock it down. Well, you said he hasn't scored as much. He's been contributing with 15 assists, but there's some points against his name.
Yeah, really, he just makes it look so effortless. Been watching him for many, many years now, and he really is the golden boy of British basketball in the making, I think.
Nice pass. Love on the end of it, doesn't lay it home.
Fantastic pass there from Greg, and once again we saw Abdi there leaving on the edge with his fouling.
Yeah.
Just gets away with it.
Another 3, that one doesn't go. Jammer will chase it back down to the halfway line. Sorley. He's got to shoot, does shoot, and knocks it down right on the shot clock buzzer.
Fantastic game that McSorley's having. Nice little move there, just drove it to the elbow and took the shot, made the space and took the shot.
Edwards, and that time Jammer is called for a foul. It's only his 3rd personal, only the 7th on the Steelers on the Steelers in the entire game.
Yeah, right smile there from Abdi Jammer. He knows that he got called for that one, but probably got away with the previous 7, knowing him.
Well, he's got half his team's fouls. Here's Pratt. Lobs it in. Perfectly weighted pass for Bates to lay it home.
Yeah, beautiful there. You see that time the pick coming from Bates to Pratt. This time Pratt moves to the centre. A nice little curl in that got George an easy shot. Well, it wasn't that easy.
He's not too far away from a triple-double. And Love lays it in. His issue is going to be, can he get the points and the rebounds? He's already got 16 assists. He needs 3 more points and 4 more rebounds.
Yeah, my money's on him. He'll get that. Nice play there from Robin Love last time.
Tipped away. And Warburton trying to plead with the referee that it came off a Steeler last, but it's not agreed with, and Jammer is going to take a break.
As is Perry, as John Dunn comes on for Oldham. Perry looks a little bit despondent.
To be fair, they all do on that bench at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, it's a forlorn looking bench at the moment, unfortunately, for them.
Love with the rebound. McSorley was just temporarily on the deck, but he's recovered well. Good pass to find Love, who moves it on. And, well, Dan Johnson's going nuts. He thought that Dunn was fouled there. And he's still arguing the case.
I think he might have had a point there.
Well, yeah.
And, he had both hands on the ball and his chair changed directions.
Yeah.
Something's come in between them, hasn't it?
Well, that won't lighten his mood that there's a foul called at the other end. And I think that's exactly the point he's trying to make.
Oh, he's got his hands on his hip stand. Never a good sign.
Now that foul judged to be on the floor, so it won't be free throws. Here's Pratt. Scoops one out to McSorley. Well, you know what? I think he's probably more likely to end up with 20 assists than a triple-double the way he's going than how he's passing the ball. Love trying to get it in. McSorley with the steal.
20 assists is a
unbelievable number, yeah.
Well, it's a normal day at the office for him, I think. Just so good, so fluid.
Oh, there's another one,
Just
surely.
seasonal.
Oh, not quite finished off that time by Schofield. Edwards. Edwards has to shoot with the shot clock getting low off the front of the ring. And Pullen forlornly looked at that. He couldn't maneuver himself to reach it.
Yeah, they were sort of illustrated really that the shots that Oldham are having to try and make compared to the shots that the Steelers are getting, space and time.
Pratt can't knock that one down though. 6 minutes and some change to go here in the fourth quarter. Steelers closing in on the championship. Here's Love. Back to Love from Edwards. And again. Another turnover. No rush from Pratt. Clock very much a friend of the Steelers at the moment. Pratt. Off-field shot is short.
Just running the show is Phil Pratt, just able to draw the defense, and he's just so good at seeing where the open player is.
Here's Love. Warburton. Let's fly. Cuts it to 20.
Nice shot there from Greg Warburton, but perhaps Robin Love should have thought about just taking one little push in there and taking that shot from the top. Just give the Steelers something else to look at.
Bates, nice shot. And a timeout has been called by the Owls with less than 5 minutes to go. And it doesn't feel like it's going to be their night here at the EIS, trailing as they do by 71 points to 49.
Yeah, it's turning out to not be the classic that all us neutrals were hoping for, but you can't take anything away from Sheffield Steelers. They're so well drilled and done such a good job compared to the first quarter where they struggled a little bit, but they came out, they changed the game. People like Ben Fox really started to take the game to Oldham. They've pulled away now to what you would have to say is an unassailable lead, I would have thought.
Well, interestingly, you look at the stats from the starting five of the Steelers, and all five of them in double figures, but the biggest number on the stat sheet is the 17 assists from Pratt. Jammer has 15 points, Fox has 14 points, 16 each from McSorley and Bates, and Bates has 10 rebounds to boot with that.
Yeah, he's had a by his very high standards, Pratt's probably had a slightly indifferent game in terms of shooting, but
Yeah.
you cannot underestimate his contribution in other areas
Yeah.
to the game so far.
Wow.
He's so tough in defence as well. That, you know, that's the side of his game that people don't always see.
Well, he's got 37 points to his name, but he's contributed to, well, at least 36 others with his assists. Warburton. Shot clock is very low. He's going to have to fire it up. He gets it off in time, and it drops. That basket will count. He's fouled in the process, so he will shoot a bonus.
Yeah, nice little roll there for Greg.
They've not had too many nice little rolls in this game, have they?
Well, no, they've rarely got to good shooting positions, really, in the last 2.5 quarters, shall we say.
Well, it all started so brightly for them with that 18-point first quarter. And you set that 50-point target. They've broken that, unfortunately. They've given up 74 at the other end. And Bates is in there for 2 more. He's up to 20 and 10 for him.
Another assist from Phil Pratt. Had the shot, but decided to up his assist levels.
Here's Perry trying to find some room, double team, forced back out to Warburton. Moved on. Shot needs to go up here. Shot clock's about to expire, and here's a chance for Sheffield to break once again. Williams back out to Pratt. Mazzoli along the baseline. Davies' shot doesn't go. Craig with the rebound.
Well, they're just able to play with a lot more freedom now, are Sheffield. Got a massive cushion.
Warburton. Trying to lose his defender, using the screen to get a bit of space. Ball is loose. Pratt is on it straight away. And he's trying to break down court. And the foul is called against Dunn.
Such quick hands there and so strong in his chair. They can't stop him. Forced to foul him.
Well, Martin Edwards is going to come back into the game, replacing Dunn. And again, Sheffield in no hurry. We're into the final 3 minutes. 3 minutes from glory as far as they're concerned. Here's Pratt. Perry with the rebound. Tangled up there in the foul called.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing foul, really. I think, as you said, it was just a meeting of chairs.
Nice pass. And it comes back from Craig out to. There's Craig again. This time he takes the shot, doesn't drop.
Well, he's probably still a bit cold, having just not long been on.
Oh, coast to coast, Bates! And he has just enough spin on that to get it over the ring.
That's the second time he's made that play, one end to the other. Just so strong in a straight line, but such great control of the ball and his body to execute that shot at the end.
Well, final timeout of the game for the Owls, but with 2:13 to go, it's a forlorn hope. It'll just be Coach Dan Johnson wanting his team to finish strong, go out on a high, because they're not obviously going to get back into this game, but they've had a good season to this point. They'll obviously be disappointed. This is a team who sets their targets very highly, always expects to be there or thereabouts when the championships are being won, but it's not going to be their year, unfortunately.
No, it looks that way at the moment. Well, not at the moment. I think we can definitively say that this game is definitely Steelers. But yeah, they'll be disappointed with Oldham. I mean, this is a clash that they've been going on for the last 25 years, as I said at the start, before most of these players were born, actually, when Messrs. Peel and Johnson were in their pomp.
Well, you can see their faces on the far side. It's a look of resigned frustration, I think.
Yeah.
2 minutes to go then in the final. It started brightly for the Owls, but it's going to finish even brighter for the Steelers. Perry driving through, finds a little bit of space and gets some more on the board.
Nice move there from Jack Strong to the basket, and a good controlled finish. Well, for once his assist goes awry there.
Well, yeah. Although deflected awry, so it will be Pratt to inbound from the end. He gets it back. Barnes fires up. That one rattles out. Foul called. An end line possession. Bonner, the offender. In fact, it'll be a sideline possession. Perry. Craig at the top, off the back of the iron, and frustration foul on him.
Yeah, just as you said, a little bit of frustration creeping in.
There's Bates. Cross court. Barnes. Bats it away. Bates has it now. His shot doesn't go. And it's the Steelers fans who are singing their songs as the last few seconds run down here at the EIS in Sheffield. They're 30-odd seconds away from victory. Warburton tries to reverse lane. There's another rebound from Bates, his 13th of the game.
It's a big bear hug there from Jack Perry, just making sure the referee calls the foul.
They're not over the limit, so it's an end-line ball. There's just over an offense left. Barnes is going to let fire from three-point range off the mark. And the shot clock is now switched off. The Owls, well, they go for one more score. They will. And it comes up short. And a rebound from Pratt. Didn't quite get a triple-double, but not far off it. 19 assists, 9 rebounds, 18 points, 7 points. And the buzzer sounds. The Sheffield Steelers have won. A tremendous performance for them. Really took control of the game in the second quarter.
Yeah, they really took it by the scruff of the neck. I don't think anybody would have been thinking just from that first quarter performance on Oldham that was the game done. We knew that Sheffield had a lot left in the tank, as they proved. I mean, Oldham did break that 50-point barrier, but it just wasn't enough to stop that power offense that Steelers had over the course of the game.
Really, the decisive spell just before half-time when the Owls had cut it back to 4 after a timeout, and Coach Hayes called a timeout himself. His team went out, got the last 6 points, and really ran away with it from there.
Yeah, they went in with a 10-point lead after that, didn't they? The problem that Oldham faced was that Sheffield just have too many scoring options. You know, the likes of Bates, Fox really had a fantastic game. I thought he was instrumental in changing the course of that game by making those little cuts, along with Jammer, and what a game McSorley had as well. Let's not forget about him.
Particularly early on when they were struggling to score, he was the one that was putting points on the board for them and keeping things going in the right direction. But, 4 of the starting 5, all with 14 or more. Bates led the way with 22 points and 13 rebounds, but 19 assists from Pratt, who was the one starting 5 member who didn't get to double figures in scoring.
No, normally I think of anybody else, I'd say that's extraordinary, but so good is Philip Pratt. I'd just say that's a normal day at the office for him. He really is that good.
Well, it was always going to be a tough ask for the Owls here. They gave it their best shot, but it wasn't to be, and now the teams can get ready for the presentation of the trophy, and it will be once again the Sheffield Steelers who are celebrating on what has been a fabulous season for them.
Yeah, really, they've gone unbeaten. They won the second tier of European club basketball. Really a prestigious season for them. And long may it continue.
And out come the champion T-shirts. There we go. They were ready to win. And they're just getting themselves sorted out. Where's Abdi Jammer going? He's taken off.
Comfort break, perhaps.
No, maybe. Well, and at the other end, Dan Johnson having a few words with his team. I'm sure they'll be reflective about what a season they've had. Okay, it's ended in disappointment here in the championship game, but they've put a lot of wins on the board, and they're still right at the top end of this sport.
Yeah, they really are. I believe they're still the highest ranked British team in Europe at 10, and they gave a good account of themselves in the Euros this year, coming fourth, I believe, in their particular club competitions in Europe. So they can't be too disappointed. But Sheffield Steelers really carrying on their proud history. Let's not forget Sheffield Steelers to date are the only British team to have won the top tier of European club basketball to date. So they really have a lot of history to live up to.
Well, they certainly have lived up to their proud history today. Excellent performance, winning this final relatively comfortably in the end, 75 points to 53. Once they got that double figure lead at half time, they just ballooned it out from there. Won the 2 middle quarters by 47 points to 25. That was the decisive spell, the second and third. And now the presentation party is about to be introduced onto the court, I think. Once Zahir does his job as MC and thanking all of the people who've made this event happen. Of course, it's not the end of this event, it's merely the end of day one. We've got plenty more action coming, a day full of finals tomorrow. Very much looking forward to that. Plenty of basketball still to be played here at the EIS over this national championship weekend.
Yeah, I'm particularly looking forward to seeing the Women's League final. I think that should be a really good game. I watched the Angels when they won their semi-final
Yeah, they
today,
did, yeah.
And they look very strong to me, just for the very best of Great Britain women's team.
Well, Lisa Pearce and Sue Peel have made their way out onto court to do the presentation, and first of all it will be the memento for the runners-up. The Owls get their applause from the crowd here. And Martin Edwards is going to come up, but also, you mentioned it, Richard Pullen playing his final game, a nice touch to go up and get that momentum.
Yeah, deservedly so. He really has been a great servant to Oldham Owls, one club man and a very nice chap to boot as well.
Not quite the sign-off he would have hoped for, but a tremendous career. And
he did get unsportsmanlike, so he's played his part.
Yeah,
It's on the score sheet.
Yeah. I was going to gloss over that.
I made a point of highlighting that.
Well, here they are. What a season it's been for the Sheffield Steelers. And they get a big round of applause. A lot of locals in the house, of course. And Mark Sculford, their captain, will come up to take his place. And he is about to be handed the trophy. The whole team join in. And they're turning to the coaches who haven't come up. Kev Hayes just happy to sit and watch, but they want everybody involved, the whole team, to be there.
Well, quite right too. I mean, it's not just the players. There's a whole support staff behind them, the coaches, physios. They've all played their part in what you quite rightly describe as a fantastic season.
Well, the 2018 Premier Division champions are the Sheffield Steelers, the ticker tape Flies, and what a fantastic achievement for them. And they will now pose for the pictures, and a great performance at the end of a fabulous day here at the EIS. And we've got another fabulous day tomorrow. We've got all the finals available. The third division final at 10 a.m, second division at 12, first division at 2 p.m, and you can join us live on the BBC for the Women's League final at 4 p.m, and you've already teased it, but it promises to be a cracking affair.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one in particular.
Well, we'll be back tomorrow with more action here from the EIS, but tonight has been Sheffield's night. They are the champions.